Yes.
Hey, Beverly.
Right.
Okay. Hi, Alex. Hi, Beverly.
Hello, Dina.
Hi, Dina. Hi, Bev.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You won't get to see my lovely face this morning. I am in transit, and so I'm going to only have voice.
You sound great, Dina. You sound great. We will take that. Hi, Dina. Hi.
Hi.
Bev.
Sorry.
Hello, Alex.
Sorry. You won't get to see my love.
Okay, let's get started. So, good morning, everyone on the call. Good morning.
Good morning. Wake up to TEACON.
Yes, my name is Alex. I am the president of Kampala Sunrise. I'm also the marketing manager for TEACON 2023, the Toastmasters East African Conference. This year is going to be held in Dar. We learned last week, or was on Monday, that Dar means the haven of peace. Personally, I'm looking forward to the trip. I'm looking forward to the mini holiday. The conference will be here, by the way. I'm looking forward to be in the city. Dina, over to you.
Good morning. And Toastmasters International is the place where you want to come, practice public speaking, improve your communication, and build leadership skills. And Wake Up to TEACON is the podcast that we're hosting to popularize the East Africa Toastmasters Conference happening in Dar, the haven of peace. And our theme for this year is Better, Stronger Together. Are you going to TEACON? I hope so. Kindly log on to our website, and there are also frequently asked questions that you could refer to help you get started with your trip. So we have an interesting Toastmaster this morning, Beverly. Kindly tell us, how did you get started?
How did I get started in life? How did I get started as a Toastmaster? How did I get started this morning?
I think we all got started the same way in life, but because we're here to popularize Toastmasters and the TEACON, how did you get started as a Toastmaster?
That's a lovely question. Morning, Dina and Alex, and everyone on the call. With Toastmasters, I was invited as a guest to an event called Project November, Kampala Toastmasters Club. It was my friend Connie Nsengiyunva who invited me. We had a riveting guest speaker, whom at that time I thought was the actual president of Kampala Toastmasters. I thought, if he is the president of Toastmasters, I want to speak like him. Following the 2 meetings after that, I signed on. It was 1st of January 2016, where I'm officially registered as a member, but I'm sure the first meeting officially was 2nd of January, given that 1st is a New Year's. That's how it began, as a member of Kampala Toastmasters Club. 6 months into it, I was the vice president, public relations. 8 months after, I started Bukoto Toastmasters Club with a great team, Connie amongst them. And that's how I started, as a member, eager to learn, following the steps, traveling to Nairobi, learning from great experienced Toastmasters, but most importantly, those who are eager to become better, because I was in that space of eagerness to become better. And that's how it began for me.
Wow, wow, Beverly. To me, you sound like a starter. You joined a club and you started another club in 8 months. What does this say about Beverly, the individual? Let us know who tell us more about you. Are you just a starter? What other things have you started in life?
I actually love to initiate. I love to create. I call myself a creative expression educator. There's nothing more powerful for me than being given a blank canvas and told, populate it with your ideas, generate, incubate, start, project, get a team, let it nurture. I did that with the Poetry Award in 2008. After the birth of my first child, while working at an Eastern African NGO heading the communications department, something turned in my life. It was one of the pivotal turnings like we have. And I thought, I want to do something more. There's got to be something more than working well and having a baby. And I thought, what is missing? At that time in Kampala, there were few spaces for poets, especially Ugandan female poets. I started a poetry award called the Beverly Namboozo Poetry Award. The media loved it. They lapped after it. I got invited all over Africa for festivals and competitions to judge them because it was a novel idea. During the 5 years that it lasted, it really nurtured Ugandan female poets. So many have gone to publish, run their own master classes, scholarships, do masters, PhDs, so many. Now it's the Babishai Poetry Foundation where we publish, we train. For 5 years, we also ran a poetry award for them, Twitter competitions, met influential poets and publishers around the world who have been part of the ecosystem of growing African poets. It's a viral space that has really exploded, nurtured, and continues to grow the space of African poetry and literature, really. So yes, I do love to start, create, nurture, and see things grow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So you're a poet. I'm trying to link poetry to Toastmasters because both speaking, there's an oratory art to it.
Yes.
Would you attribute this to maybe why you stayed longer or maybe why Toastmasters was just a natural fit for you?
It was a natural fit and an unnatural fit. I was coming from a space of poetry. While I was trained in the NGO field and I'm a trained educator, I had completed my master's. Still, I needed a space that was professional, where when you enter a meeting, time management is adhered, where evaluation is relished, where people pay attention when someone is speaking. In the art space, some of those elements were missing, and Toastmasters answered that for me. When I would enter a meeting in Kampala Toastmasters Club, the committee is there, Sergeant at Arms is ready to register people, you know where to pay your guest fee, everything was proper, seating arrangement clean, even the staff knew not to walk about when a speech is being delivered. Then there was evaluation, the meeting is timed. That was such a professional space that I needed for my life as a poet. It was wonderful, and Toastmasters answered that. In terms of being on the stage and delivering, they're similar, except Toastmasters guides you on how to maximize effectiveness. So I just combine both creativity and then maximizing effectiveness with an audience through Toastmasters. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think you've sold Toastmasters for me. Your mastery of language is excellent.
Yeah.
You say it so, it comes so easy. And I think this is just because of the practice sessions that we have at Toastmasters, which get you to be such a good speaker. And
yes.
Wow, I am so impressed. Thank you so much for being on the show. For those who are asking where my lovely face is, this morning I shall not be joining in via video. You should only have my voice because I am in transit. So you run a magazine, right? Beverly.
Sorry, I beg your pardon?
I'm saying you run a magazine. Please
Yes.
tell us how TEACON and this magazine are going to gel.
Sauti at Toastmasters, when I served as the public relations manager for East Africa Toastmasters in 2018, again, creating, I thought, what can I create? Apart from serving and running the PR duties, what can I create? Go back to what you have inside of you, the gift that was given to you at birth to share with the world. And I have a gift of writing and compiling and energizing people to contribute. That's how Sauti at Toastmasters started. It's been running since 2018, effectively. I started again as the chief editor, 2022-2023. I took on as the chief editor. How it combines is that in our last issue, Jan to March, we made sure we featured Sarah Diambo, the conference convener, so that she could highlight and emulate, elucidate what it is we can look forward to in Dar es Salaam, what it is we need to prepare ourselves for. It was a banter, conversation, something easy and light to let people excited and energized for it. In that space, I was also able to contact each and every winner of the division contests and feature them on that page. Recently, we extracted that page of all the winners and shared it around the district so that people know these are the contestants from each division in each category of the speech contests. That is our contribution to Toastmasters, getting people to know. Every contest winner now knows their competition in each division. Every division director knows their competition now, and every contestant knows how hard they need to prepare. And everyone knows another side to Sarah Diambo. We like that so much. We appreciate that role. We have a blog and an Instagram page, a Twitter handle as well recently. We're using that as well to highlight snippets, sharing memories from 2019, which was our last physical conference held in Kampala. Once in a while, we'll share Throwback Thursday, sharing the humorous contest winner, dinner, the Africa centricity, which was our theme. Everyone was it Wakanda special? Everyone was in African themed attire. So we're doing that to highlight the fabulousness of 2019 and how much more wonderful and phenomenal it will be in 2023.
I like that you mentioned Throwback Thursday, the highlights of 2019. You are there, Beverly.
Yes.
Yeah, because 2019 was in Kampala.
Yeah.
You want to tell us more about TEACON 2019?
TEACON 2019 was special. We went for gold and decided to hold it at Kampala Serena, 5-star hotel, the leading hotel at the time in Kampala. Post-COVID brought so many other hotels springing up. But yes, Serena, we served them the best. We started with a quiz by the poolside. It was an idea initiated by Linda Ware and myself. We got the questions ready. We had a physical quiz. People were in teams. It was exciting. It was really fantastic. And then in that committee, I remember from that committee led by District Director Rosie Rana, when we sat with our guest of honor, I realized that now all of us have actually achieved our Distinguished Toastmasters Award, apart from one person. That really shows a lot about leadership and inspiration. She was the first Distinguished Toastmaster in East Africa, followed by Harry Karanja, and then the rest of us followed, actually, which was inspiring. When I look at that committee, there was a lot of inspiration and direction and lots to aspire towards. The Africa-centric theme, oh my goodness, that glamour. People wore Ankara suits with crowns, tiaras, and they went all out. I had never seen such splendor in a long time. Long flowing gowns in Nigerian outfits. Oh my goodness, it was really something remarkable, so rewarding. And each person that was awarded, when a winner would be announced, the country delegates went wild. I remember that so well. Drumming would tell the DJ, whichever country wins, play a song that highlights their festivity. It was wild, it was fun, absolutely memorable.
Sounds like an amazing time.
Yeah.
You've covered it well for me, the dress code, the delegate, and what I've just learned also, the inspiration. There are going to be so many DPMs in one room.
Yeah.
This to me looks like another reason to go to DA, just to meet like-minded people in the same room.
Yes.
Get inspired on your Toastmasters journey.
and to see the fun side of Toastmasters members when they're not taking on the role of speech evaluator or table topics master or president of a club, the fun side by the beach, letting loose. It will be so much fun.
Yes.
Beverly, you're just the epitome of a Toastmaster. You know, the way you speak, you're vivacious, your energy, your spirit, you are just brightening my morning. Tell us, what do you want to get out of TEACON 2023? I am going because the last Toastmaster that we had on, well, apart from that, I'm going to gain so much from our program. My biggest takeaway is I am going to meet single people. So you tell us what you are hoping to get out of TEACON 2022.
Well, the last time I traveled to Dar es Salaam was 15 years ago. So revisiting this wonderful coast would be a big plus for me. Secondly, I've been part of so many virtual committees and engagements. I haven't even physically met the entire team of the Sauti Toastmasters newsletter. Being part of TEACON 2023 will give me a chance to meet them physically. I'm part of the Division A Council. I've not met half of those members physically. It will be a chance for me to meet them. It will be different. It will be different. I'm also part of Division F Council. Almost all our meetings are virtual. It will be so nice to meet physically and so much more. It's meeting people physically, reconnecting, because the energy shifts. You know, people's energy shifts from virtual to physical. Some people are actually calmer and more subdued, less intimidating when you meet them physically, and others are more robust. There's a difference in the energy, and I like to experience that difference in energy and get to know people at a personal level in that way.
Absolutely, I agree with you, especially on the meeting people. One of the things that we do at Toastmasters is get over our fear of speaking to people and in front of, you know, an audience. And sometimes I feel like the virtual platform has, well, kind of taken this away. And so to meet people socially is, you know, one of the biggest pluses for me. What about you, Alex? You know, the whole time we've been on this podcast, I haven't heard exactly what you are looking to get out of TEACON 2023.
Good question. Number one, I must say it's a travel opportunity for me. It's out of my city. I'll be flying in from Kampala to Dar. So I'm working around the clock to schedule a mini holiday around that time. So I'm looking to rest. I have a busy day. I must say I'm working as soon as I get up, and I'm working until I sleep. So having to make that trip, being in a place where I probably won't be online that much, I'm looking for a very restful period, media for me. And of course, TEACON will be about meeting Toastmasters, being in the same room with similar-minded people we know, people we've seen on Zoom, but probably now meeting them in person and just appreciating the thing that brings us together, which is Toastmasters. I am looking forward to the conference. The agenda looks a little bit jam-packed, and I think I'll pick out a few items that I would want to be really present for, but I know I'm going to be meeting people. Thank you.
I think the other day you had also said the food. Now that I was just thinking about it.
yeah. Every day I get something new, right? Yeah. So I feel like I need to show you something about TEACON. I'm going to share my screen. Screen sharing. So once again, there is your TBT, and TBT is Kampala.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah.
I know I have a picture of Beverly in this conference, but I didn't have enough time to flash it out and show it to you.
Oh, no, don't worry.
I'll show it to you before the call ends. But we're still talking about our program. Our program
Beautiful.
is 3 full days, and you can pick at least one reason from this program to be there. Beverly talked about the dress code, that Africanacity, it will be there. And more on the dress code, we are having a masquerade. A masquerade is somewhere there. I think it would be the gala dinner on the real last day. If you're into dress and glamour, there you have it. If you're into that inspiration, hearing from great, amazing speakers, you know, Toastmasters won't disappoint you. We are the home of public speaking. So we have the international president, the Toastmasters international president will be here with us in the, I'm looking forward to that, a great selfie moment. Not every day you get to meet the Toastmasters International, the acting Toastmasters International president in life and in life. So I'm looking forward to that, part of my highlights, and so many people, so many people.
Thank you for highlighting that. It really does bring a glorious picture. And please let people know that non-Toastmasters are more than welcome, more than welcome.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you're a Toastmaster and you have a non-Toastmaster friend, and probably you've been convincing them to join Toastmasters, this might be what does it for them, the conference. I remember 2019, I had just joined Toastmasters and I wasn't sold enough to come to Serena. I was a newbie. I was about 1 or 2 months into it. But after the conference, the whole talk around Toastmasters was the conference, and I really felt like I'd missed out. So it won't happen this time. I don't want to hear about it. I want to be there.
So the early bird ticket offer has been extended. You asked and we listened. So you can get your early bird tickets up to Sunday, the 7th of May, sorry. And do you know that early bird ticket holders will also be automatically entered into 2 raffles, one for a free 3-night stay at the 5-star Johari Rotana Hotel, and the other for 2 free gala dinner tickets. So if that doesn't get you buying your early tickets, I don't know, your early bird offers are there for you. So don't forget TEACON 2023, our theme is better, stronger together.
Adina, here's a business idea for you. How about you buy like about 5 early bird tickets now and wait until the early bird gets closed.
Yeah, Toastmasters is the home of ideas.
So, Beverly, I feel like we need to give you some parting shots. And in here, I'd want to know who's Beverly. Because I know you are a poet, you're a starter, you have Sauti. And I know, I've got to know you before by joining Toastmasters through a parent. I was talking to a parent about Toastmasters public speaking for their kids. And that parent mentioned Beverly. I've never told you this story. And it happens to me many times when I'm talking to parents, your name comes up. I feel like you haven't shared that part about you.
Yes, it's organic, isn't it? I never thought I'd be a public speaking trainer. I always thought I'd be in the literary world or the gender world or leadership. And yet I've always loved to speak before people, but actually training, I never thought. Toastmasters was a transformational change for me. And people saw that change. They said, Beverly, how did you get this way? I was confident I worked on radio, but this was a different kind of change. And I said, I was in Toastmasters. Because there were extremely few clubs in Kampala and Uganda, few people could manage that time because there were no early morning clubs then, there were no online clubs. And that's how my company, Rich Diction, started. I officially registered it in December 2019, but unofficially I was training people because they wanted what I had and they could not fit in the Toastmasters schedule. Thankfully, now many of them are actually members of Toastmasters. They're also my clients. They want a bit of both worlds. Because of COVID-19, the lockdown, parents came to me flocking in numbers. I would post a lot on social media about change, leadership, direction, purpose. Parents said they want this for their children. And because many children had about 3 or 4 hours in the day free, even those that were learning virtually during COVID-19, they came to me and I started training teenagers. I would have 2 schedules in a day, twice a week, 11 to midday and then 2 to 3 or 2 to 3:30. It happened so much. It was such a growing, organic experience. So that's how I got to know teachers and parents, but also I'm a trained teacher. I've taught in international schools. I have also consulted with international schools. I'm invited to speak, literary week, share ideas. Parents come to me, speak to my child, they need help in this. So that's how I have a wide interaction with parents. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, I want to tell this to you live on air.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. But what I must say I admire about you is how you tell your story. You are not afraid to tell your story. Your social media is just rich with an amazing splash of what you're doing. Like, it's what we don't do much at Toastmasters, and not just even Masters, non-Toastmasters. East Africans, we do amazing things, but we are not very keen on telling our stories. But through telling your story, through sharing what you're doing, you never know who's listening.
Yes, and you don't even share to market. You share just to give an experience and interact. It's really not even to market, it's really to interact. And through that interaction, other things grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, every day on this show, I have one takeaway, and to me, that's it. Go forth and tell your story.
Yeah.
You just never know who's listening or whose life you're impacting. You don't know that Toastmaster who's maybe afraid to follow that road less taken and do something for themselves, something a little bit private. You never know whom you're inspiring to make that last leap.
Yes.
Dina?
Well, for me, if you were on this show and you are not inspired to become a Toastmaster, then I don't know how else that we can tell it. Beverly, as I said earlier, is the epitome of being a Toastmaster. She's vivacious. You can hear everything in her voice, from her excitement, the way she tells her story. She's clear. I mean, you paint pictures. I can see everything that you've talked about. And this is what we do at Toastmasters, you know. And so TEACON 2023, come to Dar es Salaam, the haven of peace, meet like-minded Toastmasters. And if you're not a Toastmaster, meet Toastmasters of excellence, like Beverly, like Alex, and the many others that we've spoken about. So TEACON 2023 is waiting for you. Buy your early bird tickets. Better, stronger together.
Yeah, I had to find it. I had to find that TBT.
Thank you. That was the quiz night by the Serena poolside. Beautiful. Thank you.
That's an idea for TEACON 2023. How about a quiz night?
Yes. Well, the program you shared is quite packed, so I don't know if you guys can squeeze in anything else, but that would be fun as well.
I know. Can we have breakout rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know Beverly, people are watching live on YouTube. I wonder if there's any question for Beverly. Sarah says, good morning, Bev. Thank you for walking us down memory lane. Yeah, people are really touched by this.
Hello, Sarah. Thank you.
Terence, Beverly, what would you tell those who are yet to buy their tickets?
Those who are yet to buy their tickets, think about this. For $65, you could get 3 nights accommodation at Johari Rotana Hotel and a dinner ticket. What else can I say?
Well, amazing. The $65 will open the gates for you at Johari for 3 full days. Imagine, meals are on that. Conferencing space are on that for 3 days. What a bargain. I'll pay my 65. I already bought my 65. I already bought my ticket. And like I just realized, I can buy 5 more right now. And only me knows what I'll do with them.
Sell them afterwards when they go back, when the early bird offer expires.
Definitely, definitely. We are here to be creative. Beverly, I know we still have time, and I like to really get to know the person more on the show.
Yes.
You haven't mentioned your home clubs. You haven't mentioned what makes your home club special.
Thank you. I'm a member of Bokoto Toastmasters Club. What makes us special? We like to dance. At our 5th anniversary in January this year, it was dancing and being happy. Having sweets, playing card games competitively, and dancing. What can I say? We like to dance, have fun. I don't know how many times we've socialized with barbecue and having fun and games, competitive games. We must compete. We're competitive. Back to primary school competition. I have to show the other side. That's what characterizes us.
I love it. I think I don't know if at Kwanzaa Kenya we can change our style and start being so competitive, fiercely like primary school, stuff. But we are the oldest East African club, and we are very competitive. But I'd like to see more dancing.
Yeah, I know Bukoto. I've been there for their parties. They dance, and they are the party club. One thing about Bukoto is if they have a party, you don't plan your day around the scheduled time. If they tell you the party is at 6 to 8, you'll be there till midnight. And that's Bukoto.
That's true.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Beverly. It's been such a pleasure.
It's been wonderful. Thank you, Alex and Dina.
Thank you, Dina, for making it.
Thank you, guys, for having me even without my face.
Great.